What's going on, party people? It's your boy Kev, and this is another song, another beat that I made. It's from an upcoming EP called For You, where I make different beats for different people. So this one's called For Me, because I made it for myself. So if you know me and you hear the song, you'd be like, yeah, that's definitely a Kevin song. It has all of the Kevin elements in it. So the chords I got from a guy named Dan Mullin, one of the most prolific piano players you'll ever meet. So he was classically trained, went to U of T for the music program, studied like Bach, Beethoven, all that stuff. Came to the church that I grew up in. He's playing all this incredible stuff, and I'm like, yo, what was that? What was that? So it's like two chords. I'm like, yo, play that again. It's like, he's like this. I'm like, yeah, what was that? And I'm like, yeah, take that note out. Okay, put that note. And then like this. And I'm like, yo, yeah, keep doing that again. So he'd be playing like the same chord over and over and over again for like an hour, like the same two chords. And then I'd make some rap to it or whatever, and you know, I'd be like, okay, that was wicked. And he's probably like bored out of his mind, but he's just like, okay, like this guy's easily amused. Like I came from a hip hop background, so like just simple loops, and then you do your rap, right? So kind of that's how that came about. So I mean, probably 5 to 10 years ago, I had him come by the house, play. I had a drum, had a straight drum loop, and I just had him play all these different chords. And then I later on took them and started dissecting them 2 chords at a time. And that's where this song comes from. It's 2 of the like 40 chords that he played. And I just looped it over and over again and put some drums to it, put some bass to it. I love strings, so I'm like, oh, chorus, boom, put strings. And then bass line, I put my bass line in there like that. Dun, 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 dun. You know Kevin, you're like, yep, that's Kevin's bass line. You love that bass line. The chords is like semitones, so I really love semitones, especially when it goes down. So like Michael Jackson's Lady of My Life, songs like that, where it's like da 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 da. So, right? So that's in there. I got my boy Chris Cole, so he jumped in and played the chords and kind of tinkled around to give it a little bit more body and stuff like that. But what happened was, because Dan played the chords, right? And so obviously when a piano player plays and plays properly like him, they play with different velocities. Like they don't hit every key the same. So, you know, like he did that. And when I was first starting out in the music, I'm like, oh, everything has to be like symmetrical. So I changed the velocity of all the chords that he played so that everything was the same. But I'm listening to it and I'm like, oh, there's something that doesn't sound right about it. And he was explaining, he's like, yeah, that's not how a real piano player plays. They don't hit every key exactly the same like velocity every time. And I'm like, oh. So I had to go back and like, I don't know, try and guess and fix it or whatever. And then I had to go back and replay it. But obviously I don't play piano. I have to go in the program, look at every single note that Dan played, and then kind of map it out. So that's why there's the green stuff on the keyboard, because the green stuff are all the notes that he played. So you can see how crazy it is, like how many chords he played, like how many notes are in each chord. And so I had to kind of go and pluck it out with my bad fingering and then re-record it. And so, yeah, these are Dan's chords. So thank you, Dan. Thank you, Chris. I played the bass, I played the drums, and then I got it mixed. So, yeah, listen to it, play it for your friends, stream it. It's available on all the different devices. So, yeah, enjoy. And I'll see you with my next beat. Peace.